was like in the process and it was moving.
Mhm.
Um, but what I mean by launching it, it was like it was in the process of moving and it was what I was comfortable with at that time.
Mhm.
To like the ability to like create something and talk about it and like so like this hoodie to go make it and only interact with your like supplier and only interact with your um designer is fine because it's like me and her, me and my designer. And then to create something online is me on online. But to actually like get them and be like, here, take this person and pay me money is a whole different subject.
Mhm.
Because you're like, yes, I've made this and it's going towards the mental health community. I want you to talk about your never alone story, and I'm cool talking online and doing something, but like once you actually have a visual like give to someone and get them to take it and then have their insights on it and have their comments, that's like a whole different like ball game. Like, and I don't
Mhm.
know if I would have been able to take that jump. I probably would have bailed and ditched before I got the hoodies actually made. Like
Mhm.
I would have created everything till then with this great idea and plan, but like actually paying like $10,000 to get 500 hoodies, it wouldn't even that been like if I get them and like I have to go and give it to someone once they buy it and they give me their hard-earned money. That's the scary part. For me,
Mhm.
that was. And I if I didn't do this, I don't think I would have came up with excuse not to go forward.
Yeah, I think it's also, um I mean, that definitely is the hard part of any business, I think, to launch, especially when you're sort of like the face of it. A lot of
Yeah.
people like similar in one of my previous businesses, we built trucks and suspension parts, but I wasn't the face of the business. I didn't have to say shit. I just made this stuff and
Yeah.
people bought it and it was whatever. But when then coming to doing this, like with the podcast, I had very similar to you where I like did it all, but then once I had to go, okay, like I actually have to talk to somebody now. And then
Yeah.
I got to post it somewhere. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
okay. So that's where it gets scary and similar for you. You are the face of it and you've created that and you're pushing it and you're interacting with these people. So like
Mhm.
doing the back end is easy, getting everything set up, but then once you have to actually get it out there.
Well, let's not say it's easy because it was a
Yeah.
fucking learning experience.
Yeah, true.
But it was safe because I could mess
Yeah.
up. I didn't have to tell people like it
Hmm.
could have like I had some times I remember I had some times where it was like there was it was like to get these hoodies done, obviously there's a back and forth. Like they create one and then I get it. And then like the sleeves are too short, then they go back and through. And I had a period where it was like bang, 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 on. Once I got it, I got back to them through. And there was this one where it was so like out there for me. I was like, I got it. And I remember waiting 4 weeks before replying to them to make the next step. And that was it. Like it was in my uncomfortable zone. And I could wait 4 weeks because no one knew what was going on and I could hide
Hmm.
it. But in the back of my head, it was like, you idiot, get going. You're wasting 4 weeks. You know, you're not letting the ball keep rolling.
Hmm.
um and then but then putting it out there, like once it's out there and I put it out there to buy, like I can't wait 4 weeks to
Yeah,
ship. I can't wait all this time. So yeah. And also doing everything by myself.
right.
Like everything has been by myself. So it's been a lot of learning and a lot of areas where I could just bail and keep personal training for whatever on the side and not follow through, but I didn't.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I'm happy that you did. Um,
Thank you.
and so like where do you see like right now you can buy them online
Hmm.
and it's all like launched. So what's your
Hmm.
kind of plan with it for the future now? Because how like I've seen you posting too about having people like guest write or they'll share their
Hmm.
story on your blog.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I mean, I guess just the
um
overall business approach to it, like what's your goal with it if you want to share that?
It's adapting and learning
Yeah.
is really the biggest thing, and like that's what I did prior to launching. And now that I've launched, I'm glad I was able to do that because now I'm comfortable doing it while it's live.
Mhm.
And actually, I've come to the realization in the last week that fashion and clothing sales is something that for some reason I've wanted to get into for the last 12 years, and this is my first thing to learn to do it.
Mhm.
And I've learned a lot, which I'm stoked for. Um, but I do also know how I launched this. COVID kind of messed up my plan, but I learned from that.
Mhm.
And I believe the hoodie sales and this can be a good piece for it. but it's not the forefront that I want to have. And the blog and a Never Alone Stories really are, I think, something. If I keep it up for the next year or two, 1 week, one blog to every 1 to 2 weeks of someone sharing their story, and people come in and want to tell them, I think that is where a lot of help, information, guidance, and acceptance of mental health struggles of people from no matter who they are can be shared, and people can grow from those. I think those stories are really